Hi guys, this is Ratchet Throw, and we are playing Criminal Case Travel in Time, Case 10, Crime and Punishment. Let's unlock Chapter 3. It's not good. Well, things just got a whole lot worse, Katerina. My grandfather's brother is all over the Soviet news. Look. I can't read Cyrillic. I just know that C is S and Kubt, not. I don't know how to read Cyrillic, so here you read this guys. Sorry, Katerina, let me translate. The Soviets blamed the Americans for the ambassador's murder, saying they'd be betrayed by the West. And in other broadcasts, the Soviets are threatening military action. Oh god. The Cold War standoff was already tense, Katerina. Now the news that the murder is out, things could really start heating up. As if there wasn't enough pressure to solve this case. I agree, Katerina. The US Congress is where the ambassador tried to keep the peace. Let's see if we can find something to defuse this crisis. Okay. Yeah, that's you on the lie detector. Let's investigate the Congress Hall again. The film recorder you found belonged to the victim, Katerina. Let's unlock this camera in the time machine and see what was filmed. And look here, this is a blackmail letter. I know about your acid trips. I own you. Someone was being blackmailed for illicit drug use. But who sent this letter? Let's toss it for fingerprints and find out. And I agree, Katia. Let's take that torn paper back together. World War III might be a heartbeat away, but we can still prevent it by finding the ambassador's killer. Yeah, just what I said. World War III is going to happen much earlier. Just 20 years after World War II ended. Oh, it's a plane ticket. It's a plane ticket, Katerina. It belongs to the victim's wife, Ekaterina Romanova. And apparently, Ekaterina and her daughter had booked a one-way flight to Moscow before her husband was killed. Why was she leaving the country? Did she know something was about to happen? Mr. Romanova needs to explain all of this. Well, she didn't seem moved by her husband's death. Maybe we'll find out now if he did something, but for her, let's unlock the camcorder. Let's run this film from the victim's camera through the projector, Katerina. Whatever's on here might help solve his murder. Okay, we're gonna watch that now. I'm flattered a journalist is interested in speaking with me. Please, Ask your questions. Tell me your thoughts on the recent moon landing. Looks like the Americans beat you to it. What are you doing, Marina? Bah, the moon, just a big hunk of rock. The galaxy is full of planets. Papa, look at my... Chapoberry, can't you see your father is busy, Natasha? I warned you never to interrupt my work. You shouldn't treat your daughter so harshly, Ambassador. She wasn't disturbing anything. Who are you to give me advice on how I should raise my child? This interview is over. Now, get out. Marina, what were you thinking? Oh boy, Marina told us she'd met with her grandfather but said nothing about any argument. This looks bad, Katerina. We need to have another talk with Marina. Okay. Alright, now this letter. Well, let's just dust it for fingerprints. There are fingerprints all over this blackmail message, Katrina, but they're a little smudged. If Kai can salvage some of these prints, maybe we'll find a match. If this letter is connected to the ambassador's murder, we need to know about it. Yeah. I ain't gonna do this analysis, so somebody else is going to do it. Alright. 9 hours. Now let's first have a chat with Ekaterina. You just got me packing my bags, Officer Katerina. The spread sprays I borrowed from Zabrazil is the last thing, then I'm leaving. We know you're trying to leave even before your husband was killed. What are you running away from? It's not what you think. I begged my husband for months for us all to go back to Soviet Union. I had enough of America. I want to go home. I miss the food, the music, even the bleak, frozen winters are better than staying here. But Lev wouldn't listen. He said he was important here. Like he's written in Crime and Punishment, the fear of appearances is the first symptom of impotence. My husband never did anything unless it boosted his reputation. So I sent a message in Morse code to my parents telling them my daughter and I were coming home. But Lev tore up that ticket saying we'd be leaving over his dead body. Which is exactly what you're trying to do. If Officer Katia discovers you killed your husband, it'll be a long time before you get home. Ooh, it could be her. And also the bodyguard. Alright, let's now have a chat with Marina. Things seem to be going from bad to worse, Marina. First we learned the secret you spoke to your grandfather, then it turns out you argued. What? How do you know about that? But you're right, we fought. I'd freshed up with some red spray and makeup, pretending to be a journalist. At one point, my grandfather's daughter walked in. My mother, who is only a child in this time period. And my grandfather flew off the handle. I recognized his tone instantly. It was the same kind of verbal abuse my mother would hurl at me. I just snapped. I wanted Romao to stop mistreating his daughter, the way she would one day mistreat me. It's always been the same with my family. As Dostoevsky says in Crime and Punishment, when reason fails, the devil helps. Let's just hope your reason didn't fail, Marina. Oh, it's not going to be you, thank God. Let's check out these fingerprints. Whose are they? I'm glad you sent me these fingerprints, Katerina. Anything to distract me from our malfunctioning time machine. I'm so restless, I just want to get going. We'll have Da Vinci's treatise soon enough, Kai. But right now, we need your report on those prints. Right. I found 2 sets of fingerprints. One belonging to your victim, the other belonging to that congressman, Graham Winslow. So the victim and the congressman were involved in some sort of drug scandal? But who was doing the blackmailing? The pattern of the fingerprints can tell us that. The congressman's prints are only around the edges of the paper, meaning he held it in his hands. But the victim's fingerprints are all over the cutout letters themselves, even on the back, which means it was Ambassador Romano who glued them to the message. So Winslow was being blackmailed by the ambassador. Let's ask the congressman what was going on. Okay. Officer Katerina. I'm just reading my favorite book, Crime and Punishment, to find some common ground with the Soviets. We're certainly in a pickle right now. You're the one in a pickle, Congressman. We know the ambassador was blackmailing you because of your drug habit. How did you know about that? Shoot, there's no point lying to you now. Romano found out about my recreational activities. He demanded I lift US trade sanctions against the Soviet Union or he'd go to the press. I don't have the authority to do that. What did he expect me to do? Send a Morse code message to the president? I was in a mighty wind. I couldn't let the truth get out. If it turns out you murdered the ambassador to preserve your reputation, Officer Katerina will find out. Oh, it could be you. I know you're under a tremendous amount of pressure, Katerina, but the stakes just got higher. The Soviets are preparing for war. The Kremlin just issued a warning. If Romano's killer isn't brought to justice within the next 2 hours, they'll order a nuclear strike. Jeez. Oh God, Katerina, we're running out of time. We still don't know who murdered Romanov. Was the victim's wife desperate to flee the US against the ambassador's wishes? Or Congressman Winslow, who was being blackmailed by the victim over his drug use? Could he have been pushed over the edge? I just hope for everyone's sake that it wasn't Marina who was furious with her grandfather for mistreating his family. I agree, Katerina, we need more evidence, which we won't find while panicking in the time machine. Let's do another sweep of the crime scene. Yeah, we gotta hurry up. Let's just investigate the driveway again. Found them all. Please tell me you found some clues, Katerina. If we don't catch the ambassador's killer soon, we'll all be obliterated. Our time machine won't protect us from the nuclear strike. You think that copy of Crime and Punishment belongs to the killer? Of course, the page we found in the victim's mouth is torn out. A sample of that creamy substance smudged beside the book might help us identify the killer. And I'll let you search through that rose bush, Katerina. Careful of those thorns. I'll be careful. Okay, first let's go with something from the book. Let's rush that creepy substance to collect off the Kiro's book to the lab, Katrina. The sooner we bring the Kiro to justice, the sooner we can prevent World War III. World War III must not happen. Must not happen. That's gonna cause other glitch in history. Another one. We already had enough glitches in history for now. Oh, it's a watch. There was a bloodstained watch in that rose bush, Katrina. That's strange, the victim was still wearing his watch. Wait, this is a Garo watch. By pulling this wire out, the watch becomes a deadly weapon. Oh, we found a murder weapon. The girl must have used this to strangle the victim. Let's have Giants compare this watch to the victim's wounds. I remember somebody who used that watch to strangle somebody else back in Gold Edition. And that was El Rey. First, the white substance. My analysis of that sample you collected from the Kiro's book will be ready in a second, Katrina. Astra is double checking the results. Just as I concluded, that substance contains paraffin, hexylene glycol, and a range of other chemicals. Simply put, it's a skin cream, specifically used to treat facial moles. The Kiro must have smudged their mole cream on the pages of their book. So the Kiro has a mole, Katrina. They could try to hide behind their lies, but their guilt will be written all over their face. Yup. I didn't notice any kind of mole on our suspects' faces. Alright, now this Geralt watch. I know we are running down to the wire, Katrina, so I'll keep this brief. And speaking of wires, there's no doubt this Geralt watch is a murder weapon. The blood and skin cells on the cord match the victim. And the ambassador's neck wounds are consistent with this sharp wire. That's pretty sneaky, Katrina. The killer would have simply stepped behind the victim, extended the cord, and choked him out. Sneaky maybe, but not foolproof. I collected a sample of skin cells on a watch band that would have come from the killer's wrist. I couldn't get a complete DNA profile, but the cell degradation indicates the killer is more than 40 years old. So the killer is older than 40, Katrina. Old enough to know that crime doesn't pay. Okay. This has been one nerve-wracking case, Katrina. But we finally gather enough proof to arrest the assassin. Handing them over to the authorities will hopefully appease the Soviets so they'll call out their nuclear strike. I hope it doesn't happen. So Marina. She's 36. It's not going to be her. It's not even Nicoletta. Good thing you aren't. No wall. You were about to make a deal and you decided to kill him? Ooh, that's really gonna have some consequences of some sort. I don't like where this is gonna go. Congressman Winslow, after all your talk about the ambassador's murder being a diplomatic crisis, it turns out you are the cause of it all. Well, aren't we in a tizzy? Why would you ever dream of such a thing? I'm no murderer. We know it was you. Romano's knowledge of your drug use threatened your career and your reputation, so you silenced him. You'd best have proof for these wild accusations, Officer Katrina. Remember who you're talking to. I know who am I talking to, and no matter who you are, you're still the killer. We got evidence, alright? You sent the ambassador a coded message to meet him on the embassy driveway. Once he arrived, you snuck up behind and strangled him with your Garrod watch, before stuffing his mouth with a page from your favorite book. Admit it, Winslow. We have you over a barrel. Alright, fine. I murdered that miserable Rusky. He had some nerve daring to live on American soil. It's a national disgrace. There can be no peace with the Soviets. You're saying you want a conflict with the Soviet Union? Does a one-legged duck swim in a circle? Of course I want an armed conflict. We can't just sit back in this stalemate. This so-called Cold War could last decades. The Soviets with their space race and their nuclear arms. We must take them out now. And I knew just how to do it. I knew killing Romano would give the Soviets an excuse to launch an attack. And it worked. We are just hours away from an all-out war. And the US will emerge victorious. That's insane! Deliberately provoking a nuclear war. Surely the Soviets will see through your ploy. You're so naive, Avskria. It doesn't matter what happens to me. The Soviets won't back down. There's no stopping this war. I've heard enough, Congressman. You can tell it to the judge. You're going away for a long time. Oh, I hope we stopped it. I can hardly believe this, Katrina. A US congressman murdered a foreign diplomat to trigger a nuclear war, hoping to eliminate the Soviets forever. But nobody wins a nuclear war. The casualties on both sides will be catastrophic. Thanks to you, Katrina, Graham Winslow has been handed over to the authorities. We can only hope that sanity will prevail and the Soviets will stand down. Because if the Soviets aren't at peace, there isn't a treaties in the world that will do us any good. It will be Armageddon. Jeez. Alright, seems like we got two things to do. First find the treaties and then somehow stop this nuclear war. Alright, we're gonna stop here, we're gonna continue playing in Times Are Changing, number 5. So, thank you for watching, don't forget to like this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!